Open.
How to do it?
Eh?
Drop it on the floor.
Oh!
Inside is your own talisman.
Shall we fix it back? Good. Goodness gracious. Thank you, Mr. Genie.
Thank you, Mr. Genie.
And a happy Christmas, Mr. Genie.
And a happy Christmas, Mr. Genie.
Very good. Stand there, because something that I spotted that you didn't actually put in your drawing, but we did, and it is a magic jar like this. And in this magic jar comes out jewels. Ooh, look at those jewels and everything. Diamonds and rubies. Well, we'll put them back in there, and you can have those and the jar to take home with you. And how about that then? Hey, hey. Good heavens. Aladdin's caves and everything. We've not even finished yet, as it happens. We go now with a letter from Woodthorpe, Nottingham.
Dear Jim, please could you fix it for me to fell a tree and shout timber at the top of my voice because I like making lots of noise. Love, Becky.
Well, at Christmas time, where better to cut a tree down, and a very special one at that, in Norway.
Is this the tree I can cut down?
Yes. Oh, no. Let me help you. Did you like that?
Yes.
You're now going to be guest at a special ceremony.
Great. I was very surprised that the special ceremony was the cutting down of the Trafalgar Square Christmas tree, which the Norwegians give to the British people every year.
On behalf of the Forestry Commission and the Oslo Tourist Board, who initiated this tree cutting ceremony 40 years ago, we have a guest of honor here today. That is Becky. She came all the way from Nottingham to the forest in Oslo because she loved to see this Christmas tree be cut down. I would like to introduce you to the mayor of Oslo, Albert Nordengen. Becky, come here. Becky, I think we have to start doing some work now. You are here to cut down a tree, and for cutting down a tree, you really need an axe, don't you?
Yes.
So, take this axe, cut down the right tree, not all of them, the right tree, and start cutting.
Thank you. A special lorry and transporter had been positioned earlier that morning together with a very large crane. The Christmas tree had been especially chosen for its traditional shape and size. I was allowed to make the first cut with my axe. And then the expert took over. The first cut is very important as this decides the direction in which the tree will fall. Because the crane had been attached to the trunk, hopefully in the right place, the Christmas tree wasn't going to actually fall. We were all getting very excited. All of a sudden, the tree was cut and was hanging from the crane. To avoid damaging the branches, it was then very carefully lowered onto the transporter ready for its long journey by road and sea to London. The tree had taken 95 years to grow to over 90 feet high. The Mayor of Oslo had told me that this was a very special occasion as it was the 40th anniversary of the first gift of a Christmas tree. The tree marks Norway's thanks in being allowed to set up a wartime government in England. That had happened even before my mum and dad were born. Excuse me, could you hang this on the tree?
Yes, and next time we'll see you in Trafalgar Square.
Ah, here's my star. I'm glad it got here safely with the tree.
Hello, Becky.
Hello, Mr. Christensen. Welcome to England. The tree looks lovely.
You know, it will be looking even more lovely with the lights on. So let's get ready for the ceremony.
Everyone was getting ready for the lighting of the tree. That's really nice. What a lovely present for London to receive from the people of Oslo.
Listen. Thank you. When you started to chop the Christmas tree down with your axe, did you say, and now here comes the expert? Or did you say, here comes the expert?
The expert.
The expert? I thought you were doing a joking thing. And now here comes the expert. Well, it just shows it's my ears. We think you are a terribly good ambassador for this country. Did you enjoy yourself abroad?
Yes.
It's nice, wasn't it? Yes, and now you've got your own very special Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square, haven't you? So I think that deserves a Jim will fix it badge, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. And ladies and gentlemen, thank all of you. And do have a fabulous holiday time, we hope. A safe one, too. And see you on January the 3rd for a whole new run of Jim will fix it. Okie dokie.
There's entertainment this Christmas on BBC One with The Two Ronnies.
I always come here for the Old Spice. Old Spice, old boy? You're in the wrong department. Surely that's on the second floor. Toiletries on the second floor. No, the Old Spice, the little woman, the spice. Does thou believe in reincarnation? Well, it's all right on fruit salad.
The Two Ronnies in festive mood tonight at 8 o'clock on BBC One.
Well, Father is far from festive in 20 minutes' time when Michael Keaton stars in a feature film in which his life is turned upside down after losing his job and swapping places with his wife to become Mr. Mum. This is BBC One. The time is 6 o'clock. Now the news with Moira Stewart.
Stranded Christmas Eve at sea for 300 ferry passengers. A French hostage has been released in Lebanon. And vigil for a Soviet dissident in captivity. A special airlift has been organised to rescue 300 passengers who've been marooned on board an Irish ferry for more than 12 hours. The ferry en route from Le Havre to Rosslare was left drifting 16 miles off the Devon coast after a fire in the engine room. She's being towed into Plymouth tonight, and her owners have chartered a jumbo jet to fly the passengers home. They hope to take off from St Morgan in Cornwall tomorrow and arrive in Ireland in time for Christmas lunch.
A fractured oil pipe caused the fire in the St Killian's engine room. Oil spurted onto hot machinery and burst into flames. The crew failed to control the blaze with fire extinguishers, and the engine room had to be evacuated and flooded with firefighting gas, which finally quenched the flames. During the blaze, sleeping passengers were woken up and put on alert.
Well, with all fires there's a certain amount of danger, but once we had the fire contained there was no danger at all. We mustered the passengers to the public areas just in case there might have been some fumes coming from the fire into the accommodation, and we took that precaution.
No one was hurt in the fire, but it put the St Killian's engines out of action. A tug is now towing the ferry into Plymouth. Meanwhile, safe in the knowledge that the Irish Ferry Company has chartered a jumbo jet to get them home, most of the passengers have been making the most of the free bar. But would the 30 children on board miss Santa Claus tonight?
Hopefully not. I have been informed by our catering department in Dublin that they hope to have Santa Claus in Plymouth this evening or tonight when we arrive.
The St Killian is due in Plymouth late tonight, and the passengers will be flown back to the Irish Republic on Christmas morning.
One of the French hostages in Lebanon has been freed. His kidnappers, a group known as the Revolutionary Justice Organization, said it was a gesture of goodwill for Christmas. Aurel Cornea, a television technician, walked into a Beirut hotel this afternoon. He is now in the care of the French embassy. He was seized in March with a colleague, Jean-Louis Normandin, who's still being held.
Every night, French television has been carrying the names of those Frenchmen held hostage in Beirut. Now one more is out. Said to be a gesture of Christmas goodwill, this seems unlikely in an obscure group of pro-Iranian Shiites. More realistic would be a political move connected to repayment of $1 billion loan which the Shah of Iran once made to France. French officials returned to Paris from Tehran this morning. Aurel Cornea, a television sound recordist, was kidnapped in March along with 3 of his colleagues. 2 were released in June. All the hostages' relatives have made strenuous efforts to keep their plight from being forgotten. The wife of Jean-Paul Kaufmann, a French journalist held since March 1985, arrived in Beirut yesterday. Her husband is being held by another group, Islamic Jihad. He's been seen once on a videotape, and the journalist kidnapped with him has probably been killed by the group. Others remain, Americans and an Irishman and 2 Britons. The mother of John McCarthy, a British journalist with Worldwide TV News, has made an appeal yet again for her son's release.
I'm making yet another appeal to John's captors, whoever you are, to release him and return him to his mother and father, who are longing to have him home again. I appeal to you in the name of forgiveness, for which Islam and all Muslims are renowned, to give back my son his freedom.
Aurel Cornea has spent more than 9 months in captivity. It may be Christmas, but in Beirut, with its fighting factions, that is no great consideration.